person who considers himself pretty transparent. Like I don't care about like what information I put out sometimes, don't get me wrong. I don't put just everything out, obviously. But there's not a lot of things that I'll just have to keep to myself. Now I understand a lot of people don't want certain certain things, certain pieces of information getting out there into the world, right? I completely understand, right? Some things you don't want people knowing. And I get that. I like I said, I get it. I understand. And if I really stop and think about it, there's probably things that I don't want people knowing, right? I mean, if somebody was to ask, I would tell you how much money I make, right? It doesn't matter. Because I mean, like, what is, you know what I mean? Like, what is the alternative, right? If I tell you how much money I make, and which is not a lie, obviously, though, I'll tell you that right now. You know what I'm saying? I still work hourly, as I'm building up this business, right? But if me telling you how much I make, and you like start counting my money, or you think that's going to you know what I mean? Like if somehow I make more money than you, which I'm quite sure I don't, but if somehow I make more money than you, and you think that that gives you an end to ask me for something, like I have the power and ability to tell you no, right? I even have the power and ability to tell you fuck no if I need to, right? Like it's not, you know what I mean? Like you have the power to say no. If somebody knows a piece of information about you and you think they're going to use that to ask for something, you have the power to say no, right? And okay, so that takes care of the being the money subject, right? I get it. Not everybody is that open to talk about how much money they make. You know what I mean? Especially coworkers. This shit is weird. But anyway, so all right, that takes care of money. What are some other things that people don't necessarily like to talk about? Sex. A lot of people don't like talking about sex. Matter of fact, I got a new camera, by the way. I'm kind of digressing a little bit, but I'm looking at the wrong side for the camera. All right, so bear with me here. I'm still getting used to this phone. I just got it yesterday, so I'm not gonna be used to it just yet. But anyway, sex. That's another thing a lot of people don't want to talk about. Like I said, I get it, right? Whatever. Like, what? Okay, yes, it's nobody's business unless you decide to make it their business. But it's nobody's business who you are sleeping with, right? Who you have slept with, It's nobody's business. But at the same time, who gives a fuck? Who cares? Who gives a fuck? I know I don't. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care who you slept with. You know what I mean? Like, before I go into too many details, right? We've had these conversations before with people amongst, within my circle, right? And about people who fucked who, right? You know what I mean? We've had these conversations, and to some people, I don't know, I guess they might look down on that, or some people think that somebody might look down on them because of who they've slept with. I'm sorry. It doesn't fucking matter. I'm sorry. It does not fucking matter. If it's in the past, it's in the past, right? Like, you might not be proud of some of the people that you slept with. Ladies especially. I know some of y'all might not be that proud of who you have slept with. But whose judgment are you worried about? Who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? Like, what's the worst case scenario, right? Let's say what's the worst case scenario. Your parents find out you slept with a certain individual, right? And now let's get the obvious stuff out the way. Like if you're getting tested, you're being safe about it. You know you're wearing your proper protection. You know what I'm saying? Like you're getting tested. Then and you know you are clean. That's the obvious. Let's get the obvious out of the way. You know you are clean, right? Worst case scenario, your parents find out, you know, about your sex life or who you slept with. Who gives a fuck? Fuck them. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen. Your parents, no matter how perfect they try to seem, they got some blemishes on their motherfucking record too. Trust me. Your parents ain't no fucking angels either. But you know what I'm saying? Like, no, who gives a shit? Who cares? It does not matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are probably the biggest subjects, right? Money, you got sex, you got politics. People love talking about that shit nowadays, so that's not even really a taboo subject anymore. But who cares? Not saying that you have to be transparent about everything. You know what I'm saying? Your comfort level still has to be your comfort level, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying this to say like, you know, oh, people need to start talking about, you know, they sex lives and no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just that if you are that type of person, like, think about why it is that you don't want to talk about those certain things. Maybe you are in a circle of people who don't like talking about those sort of things, and you like that circle of people, and you don't necessarily want to alienate yourself from that circle of people, so you don't talk about it. Cool, fine, whatever. But just really stop and think about it, right? Like, if you are, you know, stopping yourself from talking about a particular subject because you are worried about what the people around you are going to say and think, then you really got to think about that. You really got to stop and think about that. I don't care who it is. It does not matter who it is. Like, if you are scared to talk about something. Now, don't get me wrong. Now, listen, let me just say this. If you don't want to talk about these things, right, then this isn't for you, right? I'm not referring to you. If you just in your heart know for a fact you do not want to talk about this stuff, then okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to live your, you know, truth in your own mind, then fine. Then, you know what I'm saying? More power to you. Nobody is telling you that you need to do anything different from what you are doing. But I'm talking to the people who wouldn't mind talking about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, would love to talk about it, but they feel like they are going to be judged, you know, if they do talk about certain things, if they are open about certain things, and transparent about certain things. I'll be all the way honest with you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I love my wife, because if at the beginning of us, you know, dating and whatnot, if I asked her certain things, you know what I'm saying, about her past, or, you know, her values or her beliefs, or, you know what I'm saying, like, or things that she's into, you know what I'm saying, like, if she told me that's none of your business, if she ever told me some shit like that, I guarantee you we would not be together today. Because, like, that's just not how I roll. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm open as fuck about everything, and I want to be around people who are open as fuck about everything. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I roll, right? But again, you gotta audit yourself and how you are. If you are not that type of person, then cool. You know what I'm saying? But again, if you are, you know, basically, I don't want to use the word muzzle. That sounds so weird. But if you are silent somebody else might think, you really need to stop and think about that bullshit, because fuck everybody else's opinion. And I say that shit to the day I'm fucking dead. Fuck everybody else's opinion. I'll talk to you next time.